Political and business leaders are gathering in Sydney today for the Daily Telegraph's future Sydney Bradfield Oration. Now, in its 10th year, the New South Wales Premier Chris Minns will be joined by former Premiers Dominic Perrottet and Mike Baird, and also former Prime Minister Tony Abbott when he outlines his future plans for the city. Joining me live now is the Daily Telegraph editor Ben English, live from the best city in the world, the best harbour in the world as well, Ben. So good to see you this morning. So ambitious for Sydney. I mean, we've achieved so much. The city is, as I say, the best in the world, but so much more can be done. What do you think the priority should be for these decision makers today?
I think the main priority is actually equality, and the quality needs to be imagination, it needs to be boldness. The front page of the Daily Telegraph, for me, I would say this, said it all, bold as Bradfield. And Bradfield did something extraordinary. It started 100 years ago, the Harbour Bridge over here, and he had 6 to 8 lanes, which was just ludicrously overbuilt for its time. But we need to have the same sort of ambitions for the city today. It's not enough. I think so far the government has been a steady as she goes government since Minns has come in, and I think it's time that they took hold of the reins of this government and realised that they can actually, with a bit of imagination, do some exciting things. Yeah,
exciting things, and also remove some of the red tape that seems to prop up the whingers and the nimbies that we have in and around the city, right?
Yeah. Sydney is a world leader in complaint. There's a chorus of complaint that hits any positive or bold idea. And so I like the rhetoric from Chris Minns so far, in that he's going to take on the nimbies, he's going to take on the whingers, and we have to do that. That's what Bradfield did. He actually faced a lot of whingers and nimbies in his time. This is a long-held tradition in Sydney. And so I think that's absolutely essential. We're going to have to swat aside the red tape. I think that today you're going to hear from Chris Minns saying that he's actually going to hold those planning authorities to account. He's going to have a scorecard, and that the KPIs are going to be shifted to ensure that our development, or our rate of development, keeps pace with not only other states but the rest of the world.
Yeah, but even more than that, isn't it, Ben? And you've talked about this, even just, you're not just keeping pace, but being more ambitious, having this vision for Sydney, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy when you are ambitious.
It does. Absolutely, it absolutely does. And if you're timid, then that will inform timidity, and there'll be a vacuum. And who fills that vacuum? Process-driven bureaucrats. So I think the politicians have been voted in. They need to create the vision, the North Star, and then everyone will follow them to it. Chris Minns is the Premier. The Premier carries with it a great weight of authority and gravitas. If he starts to exercise that power, he will create his own momentum.
I agree with you, and look, he's got a few nimbies in his own party that he's been able to send a message to so far. We'll see what happens today, and I feel privileged to be a part of it. So looking forward to speaking to the building commissioner, among others, this afternoon, Ben. Thanks so much. And a few rehearsals going on at the moment. That voice sounds perfect.
Yeah, it's pretty wicked. I'll give you that hint anyway. So
nice. That was a good one. I like it. And that's why he is a newspaper editor. Ben English, we'll let you go. We'll see you soon. You can live stream the Daily Telegraph's future Sydney Bradfield Oration at thedailytelegraph.com.au and on Sky News Extra today.